What's going on, everybody? I am the Ed Channel, or Ed, or Eddie, or whatever you want to call me. A lot of you may know me for many things, that being a guy who saved the world a couple times, an all-star NFL player, or even a cat whisperer. No joke, cats are attached to me like crazy. There is one thing people may not know me for. I like playing cards. I don't get out too often. Before anyone gets confused, I am going to be talking about the classic deck with the spades and diamonds and hearts and clubs. So I will not be talking about Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Ohs and whatever else there is. We play like men, goddammit. So sorry, this video isn't for you. Maybe next time. Haha, so playing cards, huh? They should not need an introduction. This stack of cards has built a foundation for limitless activities. A lot of people are gonna look at me and go, what's so interesting about these boring sets of cards? And to that I say, you think cards are boring? Like I said, this set brings limitless entertainment when you don't have a phone to scroll on, even when people are wanting to play. It feels like people don't even know what the cards even mean. I've had too many sessions where people don't understand the cards, and it leads to a lot of arguing and somebody flipping the table. So, allow me to introduce you to the deck, and that way, you'll have a better understanding on each and every card and each and every game that I'll talk over. Let's head on to the White Room! This is where I sit here and question my morals. Now let's go over the cards themselves. In this 52 card set, there are two colors, black and red. These two colors are very important. It's red and black. Not blue and black, orange or green, it's red and black, damn it. These two colors each share two suits each, with red carrying hearts and diamonds, with black carrying clubs and spades respectively. Each suit carries 13 cards of 2 to 10, jacks and queens and kings, with there being aces, which replaces 1 and some cases can also be 11. Now, that is a very simple rundown of the cards. Very simple, very elegant, very easy to understand. What the hell is that? So, I'm a very fat liar. When I said there's 52, it was actually 53. This is why society is crumbling! The Joker card. It was introduced in the 1860s, and it was actually never really known why it was even made in the first place. Some would say it was a mean to make card games more chaotic, as it's a symbol for chaos and unpredictability, and while there are some games that utilize it, it's not really that important. Batman's gonna have a fucking heyday when he starts playing some games. But speaking of, why don't we actually talk about the games? I mean, we can't look at them all day. We need to use them, damn it! Now, I may love playing cards, and I think they're fun, but I'm terrified to search how many games there are. Just one quick search and Jesus Christ. There are over 10,000 games! And that's not even including the things like the poker chips and the Joker card! Oh my god! Of course, knowing me, I am not covering every single game. I could probably make up a game in one of these sections and you wouldn't even know. And it's probably a game already made. So, what we're going to do instead is just go over some highlights, the popular card games you'd say. Those are always fun. But now, it's time to bring the elders in because it is time to talk about some solitaire! Nothing says classic card games like the ones you're either an old man or someone that's bored at work and not doing what they're supposed to. So, me sometimes. I promise I have a good work ethic. That was a joke. It's funny cards just keep me sane. Solitaire is a very classic game where the more you play, the more fun it gets. You could just also go outside, I guess. For those of you who don't know how to play, the point of the game is to organize all 4 suits in order, that being ace all the way up to king. You do this by these columns, and you can descend them down on the cards, king to ace. But it has to be an alternate color every time, so red, black, red, black, red, black. It's one of those simple games that's very easy to pick up once you actually start playing. It's a very good time killer. People love it so much that there's so many versions you can play too. There's the standard 1 card mode where you only draw cards once, or the 3 card mode, which you'll never believe this, you draw 3 cards, but you can use the top one only, which is kind of stupid. Why can't I use any of the cards that I pulled? It makes me so I can actually see what the cards are, but I don't get to actually use those cards anyway, so there's like no point. But there's more ways to play. There's Klondike, I'm not talking about the snack, which plays about the same. There's also the uninvited guests that show up: Spider, Free Cell, Pyramid, Tri-Peaks, and Golf. I played Klondike before, but I've yet to touch those other versions, and quite frankly, I kind of don't want to. I'm sure they play it just exact same, just with like a gimmick or two. I will also mention Mohang, because somebody out there is going to mention it. They're tiles, not cards. That's why I'm not mentioning it. Simple. Moving on. Now, it wouldn't be playing cards if I did not talk about one of the most cruel parts of why playing cards are so fun. That's right, bitch. The casino! Where people blow all their money and try to blame the system. For some reason, people under 21 can go, but only to eat, not play games. I find that really weird. Not as weird as the fact that there are card games to play for money. The most famous is poker. Guys, I'm going to be a little honest. I don't know how to play. Look, no matter how hard I try to understand how to play, I just don't know what I'm doing. I think you're supposed to like place down like 3 cards out of 5, and you're supposed to like build the best possible 5 deck, I think. And then you're supposed to get the best deck and have the others fold. And as you can see from my footage, I just fucking suck at the game. I'm literally just mashing buttons till I win. This is why I quit gambling. I'm sure people that play it must have fun or don't because they just lost $1,000. There's also another version called Texas Hold'em. Don't worry. I feel like At Myself is just going to put an editor's note saying he actually figured it out. Newsflash, I actually figured it out. You'll find out later. Not to worry, because in the casino, there is possibly my favorite game of all time. Blackjack. Probably the most iconic game to ever be made. Or you probably hate it because you lost a lot of money from it. For those who don't know how to play, it's very simple. You start out with a card, and the point is to get 21 or less than the dealer. All you have to do is just draw cards, or you say, hit me. Now, in this game, aces can be switched from 1 to 11 if you ever draw a big card. You gotta be careful, however, because you can hit and risk going over 21, and you gotta pay attention to what the dealer has. If you're playing in real life, it's great, but on the computer against AI, just wrap it up. It's gonna win every time, and you might get cocky. Nevertheless, it's a very fun game. I highly recommend it. Another easy game to get into is Goldfish. Goldfish is another one of those simple games to pick up and play with 2 or more players. The point of the game is to get all 4 to the same number or face cards, which are called books in this game, and the one with the most books by the time all the cards are drawn from the pond wins. I mean, it's very simple. I bet kids before phones play this a lot, or Pokemon cards, who knows. I originally wasn't going to mention it because I haven't heard anyone play it in forever, but then it'll also be weird not talking about it. If I had to break the 4th wall for a second, I wasn't expecting my thumbnail artist to put it on the very thumbnail you saw before watching the video, so kind of had to talk about it. I just don't have much to say to it. Also, I couldn't find much footage of it, so I resorted to this website where it looks like it's from 1995. Kind of brings it back a little bit. But let's talk about something else. Spades, baby. I'm sure everyone knows about Spades, the 4-player game where you and a teammate have to work together sitting across from each other because they're not gay, and then you have to bid on how many tricks they have, and ultimately get 500 points. You see, the game is fun and all, but the problem is, I don't have friends, and the voices in my head don't count, so I had to play with bots. You need a good teammate, unlike this goddamn waterback cold mudgy governor Clanger! But Spades is pretty fun. If you got some people and a beer, it's quite a fun time. But what if you wanted to play with my heart? I mean, the card hearts. No, damn it. I mean, the game hearts. There you go. Now look, hearts to me is fun as fuck, but I'm gonna be a little honest here. I kind of don't know how to play. I just win by mashing buttons. Sounds like poker. Look, I know that the end goal is to have the lowest score. Each heart is worth like 1 point, and a queen of spades is like worth 13. Players each time must follow suit and cannot lead hearts until broken, and they aim to avoid taking the penalty cards. The game ends when a player reaches 100 points. Now, again, the lowest score wins. But sometimes when the cards are being drawn, I just don't seem to understand how it works. Like, sometimes I don't get any points, and then someone just penalize you for like 13 points, even though I did not do the Queen of Spades. This game is all bullshit. But It's still a game I love playing. I'm absolutely cracked at it for no fucking reason, and that's the thing I can say I could beat everyone in. And now for the last one, Rummy. If I'm gonna be honest, I never played it. I know that in the game, the dealer gives you one card at a time face down, beginning with the player on the left. When 2 people play, each person gets 10 cards. When 3 or 4 more people play, 7. When 5 or 6, 6 cards, so on and so forth. The remaining cards are placed face down on the table, forming the stock. Each player tries to form match sets consisting of groups of 3 or 4 of a kind, or sequences of 3 or more cards of the same suit. By the sounds of it, it sounds like you're just trying to get the same suit like the other ones. I don't have a strong opinion on it, but I feel like it would be left out, so what can you do? It wasn't even listed as a game to play on 24/7 Games website, so yeah. Hey, I think it's time that we actually play some video games. Hell yeah. That's right. I wasn't just going to be talking about the games you could play physically, but now we'll be talking about the games you could play on devices. I thought we were trying to avoid that. Now, just like the actual card games, there's a fuck ton of video games that have playing cards, so I'm going to the highlights, well, at least for me. But it wouldn't be a fun video if I also didn't go over some kind of bad ones. Don't worry, we'll get to the good stuff. The first one I wanted to talk about was 247games.com. Now, this website actually served as the recording station for the games I was talking about, so I'll give them my big thanks. It's actually not a bad website. It's a pretty good time killer, I have to say. Sometimes when I'm bored at work or there's nothing to do, I'll just pull this website up and play some blackjack or something to pass time. It's a serviceable website. My only grab with it are the ads, which is usual for these kind of websites, but then there is this one Universal Studios website that appears and literally fucks up everything. When it appears, there's nothing I can do about it. I have to refresh the website, and sometimes it gets rid of the progress on my game I'm playing. Like, bro, move! Other than that, it's a fine website for sure if you want to get into card games. As you can also tell, the footage I got was from St. Patrick's Day, which meant a lot of the game themes were St. Patrick's Day themes. They do this every holiday, so it's not really notable. However, it's still a fun website. If you're really bored or need something to play, it's there. I actually learned how to play some of the games I talked about in this video from this website. Now, a website like this is very simple and gets the job done, but there are other games you can actually buy with real money, and some of them suck. The next one to talk about is Microsoft's very own Solitaire collection. Now, say what you want to say about Microsoft and the things they do, I'd be hard pressed to say they actually make a pretty good solitaire game. I'm still looking for a good solitaire game. I have never seen a game that has been targeted towards boomers. It's a game collection that you get when you first buy a device with no games on it. It's serviceable. It'd be great, but some of the benefits are locked behind a premium membership? What the fuck? For $2.99 a month? For solitaire? Or 20 bucks a year too, but I could just get the Switch Online subscription for that price. What am I getting with this exactly? Oh yeah, no ads. Cool. Thankfully, it comes through with Game Pass, which is kind of like getting chips before you get the main meal. Nevertheless though, when you take away its laughably premium subscription, it's definitely solitaire. It's so basic, there's just nothing to talk about. It has the 5 different versions of Solitaire, and it also comes with extensions to play other stuff like Mohang and Minesweeper and all that stuff. If you paid the benefits though, you can get hints and something called a solver, which helps you out play the game, which just means it plays the game for you because I guess you couldn't figure it out on your own apparently. This sucks! It's a fun enough game to waste time in. I guess it's good use, it's like filler or venting frustrations, I don't know. I don't have anything else to add. This is probably the best card collection, but 24/7 games are way better, and it has more games, and it's free! But let's get to the other games so I can talk about the best ones. The next up is the Solitaire card collection on Xbox. This is the exact same thing as the other 2 games, except I paid real money for this! It was like $3, which was better than spending $3 for a month for more cards. This is just the Microsoft version, but even worse. It has such a clunky HUD, and the game feels like they're in slow motion. you got your typical collection, and you get more games than Microsoft, like Blackjack, Sevens, and so on and so forth. You can at least unlock backgrounds and new card skins, so I guess there's some value to it. I think when me and V got on call and I streamed it, this is where I started to have some fun with it. Fuck! What's wrong with the 10?
Hey, I never said the hit button. I never said the hit. So you're going to hit and then you're going to stand. You're going to hit and then you're going to stand. Oh,
I got straight blackjack.
See, you listen to me and you win.
You're
not a criminal.
But like I said, it's a very slow version of previously better card collections, so if you're a snail, this game is perfect for you. I'm not even sure what I could add. Oh yeah, there's challenges to each game. Worth my $3. But let's take a break off solitaire, shall we? Let's head over to Prominence Poker. Prominence Poker is definitely a strange game to talk about. It has the vibes of an Xbox Live arcade game, but like kind of a bad one. I got my footage when I did not know how to play poker, so you could just see me eating shit at this game, which is accompanied by one of the most annoying commentaries I've ever had to sit through.
Queen of Hearts. Ha! Bloody brilliant. Before my smirk turned into a smile, blasted dealer flipped over the river. That dodgy nutter landed there flush with a bloody 5 of clubs.
Okay, so like, the main character, who weirdly has an Australian accent, just talks over everything you do, and the other players as well. It gets to my head, and I lose my fucking focus. Like, shut up, dude! I don't know if there was a mute button when I played it, but God, I needed it. This single-handedly just made me stop playing after I got my footage. Then the weirdest thing about this, there's an online function, and it still has an active base? I think I'll blame Steam for this one, because it's also available on Steam for free, and that game has active players on it. I never thought there was a Prominence Poker fan base. I bet they go fucking nuts on some rounds. This is something I'm wanting to come back to, and maybe I'll give it another shot, because another poker game not only has taught me how to play, but also made me really fucking like poker. Now, introducing to the stands is the return of a legendary game on Steam. Welcome in the grand return of Poker Night at the Inventory. Man, this was worth waiting for. Talk about a game that just randomly came back from the dead, and thankfully it did, because I had almost forgotten about it when development on this video began. It's like Steam knew I've been wanting to make this video for a long while and gave us this grand gift. You could thank me for this accomplishment. Putting my ego aside, I have always wanted to play this game, but sadly I never got to, because by the time I got a Steam account of my own, it had been delisted a long time ago, and nobody would have expected it to come back in a dramatic fashion like it did. I mainly wanted it for the TF2 items you can earn in game, but finally getting to play it, man, this shit is so fun. It's basically just Texas Hold'em, but you get to play with Sam and the other friends. Is that the fucking Heavy? I don't know why, but it always seemed like I got into 1v1s with Heavy the most. I didn't record the first bit of the first game I ever played, but I was smoking everyone, and I eliminated the Heavy, but don't worry, I got another one with him, and it was super intense. I think what makes this game so fun to play is the dialogue between the characters, and they teach you how to play poker without making it complicated, and damn, I had a whole character arc in this video. I went from not knowing the game to getting my ass handed to me, to finally learn how to play the game and smoking everyone. All it took was a Russian dude, a Metastar runner, a bunny, and a dude to figure it out. Thanks guys. Nevertheless though, this game is all kinds of fun, and don't you even think I'm not going to try to get those tier 2 items again, and I will be playing this a lot. And would you believe me when I tell you that wasn't it? I still got one more goddamn game to talk about. This game I found out all on my own, and this was part of the inspiration why I wanted to make this video. Today, I want to introduce to you the final game we'll be discussing today. Oh yeah, baby, this is rich. Battletro has to be one of the funnest games I've ever played. Its insane replayability brings so much to do. If you don't know how to play the game, I'll try my best to explain it all because it's kind of hard to. Battletro is a single player deck collecting game where the point is to meet a bind of a certain amount of coins with 7 cards to play. You do this by launching combos like 2 of a kind, 3 of a kind, straight, full house, flush, and all that. And oh, I should mention real quick, in some games, you can score points with these sets of moves. Even poker does it. It's not too commonly used, but it does add some value when you score. When you win a bid, you have the opportunity to buy jokers and planets, and you better invest in them because some of the jokers can really help you out. Some of them are absolute goats of the Battletro bunch, like Splash and Racefish, and they will help you a ton. I should mention the coin system too. When you score with any of the types I mentioned, they're multiplied by 2, or depending on the jokers, which can rank up into the hundreds with multipliers. Man, every time I hear the fucking dings when you play it, it's so fucking satisfying. It just rubs my brain really nicely. There's a lot more to this game that is super kind of hard to explain. You really need to play it for yourself to really get into it. I got the thumbnail artist to play this, and now this is the only game he plays. Seriously, he needs to get off it.
This Battletro run is gonna be the best. Oh
It is,
shit!
bro.
What?
You what? What were you doing? What were you doing? What were you doing? You just sold yourself.
But did I? Hang on, wait, hang on. Before you talk to anything, my D-pad, every time I do this to select it right, it's stuck. It didn't move. I also saw that. You don't gotta be mad at me.
Use your fucking trigger stick. Use your trigger stick, damn it. God,
dude,
damn it.
that also drifts. What do you want me to do? I mean, I still won that,
Oh
but like.
my gosh, buy a new controller at this point. Bro. Buy a brand new controller, yeah. Buy a brand new controller. And that will do it. Man, who knew 52 card? Well, technically 54 can bring so much imagination for many fucking games. And man, I had a lot of fun with all of them. Even the bad ones, there's actually some enjoyment to be had there. And honestly, I might go back to some of these. Poker night especially. I'm trying to grind for those TF2 items. By the time that I finish this recording, I probably got all of them, so yeah. But anyways, guys, that will do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to notifications so you do not miss a post. And I will see y'all later. See ya!
Don't you ever forget